welcome or welcome back to my channel. I am Bekah Jo, aka the Makeup Tax Lady, and today I am excited to play around with some makeup. I have a few things in mind, a few products that I want to use, but really I just want to dig into my makeup and have some fun with it. I am trying a few different video settings right now and in this video, so hopefully we'll get a taste for whether this is something that we like, both from my perspective and from your perspective. I know that one thing, I'm using the cinematic option for video and it doesn't let me like zoom out any further than I'm at currently. And I like to be like kind of close to my mirror while I'm doing my makeup. So I may be a little in your face for this video. Forgive me. We will figure it out. We'll work on it. And I'm so excited to have you here. So let's pin my hair back and get going with today's makeup look. I did just run a light curl through my hair, so I don't want these to be like too tight or too flattening to these front pieces, but it'll be what it'll be. I also don't want them to be like super curly and voluminous, so maybe the clips will help. I'm gonna start off with my Bobbi Brown under eye concealer in the shade Light Bisque. You can tell that this product is well loved. I'm curious to try this product when I run out of this one. I'm trying really hard not to buy a new one until I'm out of this one. This has lasted me forever. I haven't always been consistent with using it, but when I go to repurchase, I'm thinking about purchasing the stick version of this instead of the like concealer pot cream version, just to change it up and see if I like that texture or application style any better. Next, I want to go in with my L'Oreal Lumi Glotion. This is the lightest shade, which is 901 Fair Glow. And I'm going to add this to my cheeks. And I didn't use too much because I don't want too much of this on the skin. I'm just going to blend it in with my brush. For my foundation today, I want to try something a little more on the matte side, which is why I put the Lumi Glotion underneath. I still want a glow to my skin, and so I'm wanting to try or find a combination where the skin is well prepped, the skin has a natural glow to it, but the foundation itself maybe isn't necessarily glowy. Maybe something more on the matte side. I don't know, we're playing around, let's see. So I'm gonna take this Clinique Super Balanced Makeup. This is in the shade 28 Ivory, CN28 Ivory, and the shade is just a little bit off for me. So I'm gonna add in some of these number 7 Match Made Complexion Drops. I loved these a while ago. There's a little ball in there to shake it up. And I don't see them available in like Walgreens and all that anymore, so I don't know. I wonder if maybe online if they still sell them and if that's the only way that they're available. These complexion drops really are beautiful. They're such a beautiful formula. I wore them all the time for a while, a couple of years ago. Just blending that combination out on my face. The Clinique tends to oxidize a little bit, so I am expecting that. And now I'm taking my damp sponge and going to blend this all into the skin. So I want to know how you guys are faring in the holiday sales. I know that by the time this video goes up, I'm sure it'll be after the sales are over and all of that, which is fine. But how did you do? Let me know. Did you cave? Had you been holding out for the holiday sale for whatever brand or whatever brands may be out there? So it was intentional that you bought some things, that you've been waiting for that opportunity, and then the sales came up and they were good sales, things you were looking for. I'm so curious. I have made one makeup purchase in the last couple of weeks, and it was not related to any holiday sales. Purchase should be coming in delivered, I think in the next few days, so I'm really excited about that. Hopefully we'll see that. That is a new to me indie eyeshadow palette. So stay tuned. We will be playing with that palette. I'm currently trying to avoid watching other YouTubers talk about the palette. I've seen 1 or 2 videos so far, and I'm trying to really hold back and not let their opinions influence me just yet, any more than the couple videos already have. I'm going in with my Kosas Revealer Concealer in the shade 01N. So I have made that one purchase, which again was not holiday related. It wasn't a sale, but I was excited to pick it up, and then it's been out of stock and now it's on a pre-order. So I think I picked it up at the right time. I still have my eye out and I have not committed one way or the other on a couple of the other sales right now. I have quite a cart going at Ulta, and especially when it comes to online purchases, I can pretty much convince myself into or out of any purchase, so it's just a matter of committing one way or the other. I want to do some liquid bronzer. This is the Iconic London Sheer Bronze in the shade Sunkiss, and this is a super thin formula and it's really pretty. This particular bronzer purchase, as well as the Clinique foundation actually, were TJ Maxx or Marshall's finds, and I have such hit or miss experiences with those things. Sometimes the products that I find at those stores tend to be like absolute favorites, and other times I'm like, why did I do this to myself? I'm not loving this product, I can't take it back. But it's also usually a really good deal if you find those products there. So it's a fun way to try out something that maybe you weren't interested in spending like the full price on, or it'll give you a taste of how you like, you know, that product or that type of product or that brand, so that you know next time you're at the retailer like Ulta or Sephora or whatever, like you have a little more of an idea of whether you want to try that product or something along those lines. So I think it makes for a fun way to experiment, just knowing that it's gonna be what it's gonna be. You may not love it. They also tend to, like TJ Maxx and Marshalls, tend to have the brands that maybe I've never heard of before. So like some of their stuff I maybe question a little bit more just because I've never heard of it before. I don't know anything. Doesn't necessarily mean it's bad, doesn't necessarily mean it's good. It's just kind of a big question mark. But then sometimes you find, like I've seen Melt Cosmetics there, Pat McGrath has been there, Clinique, Milk Makeup is there sometimes, Estee Lauder. I think they get quite a mixture. So again, it could be fun to pick some things and experiment. Speaking of, let's try some of the things that I picked up last time I was at TJ Maxx. I picked up this little set of 3. These are a lip and cheek stain trio in, and I guess the brand, like it says Jocot Brands. Maybe it's gonna focus, maybe it's not. Yeah, I don't know if that's like the actual brand, or if that's the distributor or manufacturer or someone else in the line, but yeah, something like this. Like this set of 3 was, I just checked, this set of 3 blushes was $6. Like you can't try any cheaper lip cheek or lip stain for $6 for a set of 3. So I don't know, sometimes it's just fun. It's just worth the risk. I'm gonna take this pink peachier shade called Peach Poppy, and we're gonna use a little bit of peach on the cheeks today. And I've learned with these that they dry down pretty quickly. They are pretty sheer, so I like to build them up just a little bit, and then they dry down pretty quickly. So I'm gonna put it on one cheek and then blend it out right away. So like in this case, these little blushes, I've worn them a handful of times, and they're like, they're not my favorite. They're not my favorite, but they're fun. I don't know, for $6, it's sometimes fun, and maybe this is more like kids makeup, but that's okay. I am not trying to convince anybody. Obviously, I hold a YouTube channel where I show the products that I'm using. I'm not trying to convince anybody that I'm using the most high-end makeup every single day. Sometimes the fun makeup is either better or just more fun. Like the user experience is just more fun. And sometimes the same is true with the more high-end, that the user experience is just worth it to me. Have you, let us know in the comments, have you found any like golden opportunity, like your current favorite product, whatever it may be, from TJ Maxx or Marshalls or a store like that. Like, I have talked about these several times on my channel. I have 2 of these. Oh, kind of looks empty. There we go. I have 2 of these liquid blushes from the brand Beauty Concepts. I love these. I don't know who makes something like this. Don't get me wrong, this is 1 fluid ounce and I have 2 shades of these, and I think I got these in a pack for like $6. They're not going away anytime soon, but when you love something, sometimes you just want more of it. And I don't know, like these are more sheer, more milky. I think maybe in like the Asian beauty market, I could find something similar to this. But they're not like the super pigmented, super thick, you know, 1 drop and it's all you need. Like, I've been liking a more sheer and layerable, especially when it comes to my cheek products. So those liquid blushes are great for that. Again, cheap find, and it was a risk, if you will, but it's fun. I'm going to use my Ulta Beauty Ultra Slim Brow Pencil, I cannot say that, to fill in my brows. And setting those with my half-caked Get Fluffed Clear Brow Gel. Going to add some About Face eyeshadow primer. For the most part, I am really liking the way that everything is setting on my face. I would like a little more coverage under my eyes, so I'm going to go in with my Iris and Romeo concealer and add a little bit more of this. While that is setting, I do want to add a little bit of my, oh my gosh, there's so much more in the, there we go. So much more in the top of the jar than there ever usually is. Don't want to spill that. I'm going to take my Sydney Grace large powder brush and we will take just a little bit of it from the lid. Sorry, from the top of the jar, and then dip into the lid. Evenly coat it on all sides as much as I can help it. Going back in to blend out the under eye concealer. Now I'm going in with that same powder on a small Sydney Grace powder brush to set under the eyes. I'm using very little powder, taking just what's left on the brush across my lids. For bronzer, I want to wear this Ulta Beauty Baked Bronzer. I have been really enjoying this again lately. Don't like to use too much, so I very gently tap my brush in and then kind of brush it off in the lid, and then gently add it to the perimeters of my face. On the Ulta Beauty app, they have like 2 shades of this now. So I wonder, I don't know if it's a reformulation. I don't know if this is one of those shades. This doesn't have a shade on it. And I bought this probably sometime in 2024. So I don't know how this compares to what they have available right now. But if you were curious, it does appear that they have multiple shades now. I do want to add a powder blush, but I want to go ahead and do eyes and then we'll come back to the powder blush situation. So for eyes today, the vision that I have in my mind is combining green shades. I want to use like a grassy green shade. This is Hallucination from the Ensley Rain Underland palette. Love this palette so much. So I think I want to dip into that like grassy green shade, as well as this is the Glow palette from Ensley Rain. And this like minty shade here is called Inner Glow. There's a strong possibility I will be dipping into other palettes and moon dusts. But that's kind of the general idea for where I want today's look to go. I want green, but I want like an unexpected combination of green shades. I was gifted the Glow palette in PR from Ensley Rain, so if you would like to see more, I have 2 videos with multiple looks, another one at least video of just like playing with looks, and then of course the introductory video of showing you the palette and doing a couple looks in that video if you are curious. I unashamedly love Ensley Rain. I love their formulas. I love their color stories. I think that they just hit the mark for me in so many ways, and I own very many of their palettes. I've seen that they're teasing the release of a new palette, and I'm so excited to see more about that. I don't believe that I'm getting it ahead of time. I'm just excited to see it. So let's start with Hallucination from the Underland palette. I'm using a Sigma E27 brush. I'm gonna start with putting this shade in the outer corner. Did I mention we're making this up as we go? Because we are. This Sydney Grace small blending brush, I'm gonna use this to dip into Good Vibes, which is this deeper minty green, borderline blue. And I'm going to add this to the inner portion of my eye. Okay, I know that this could all be blended better. That's not the stage we're at just yet. We are at the adding color to the eyes stage. So next, I want to go back to the Glow palette, dip into Inner Glow right here, and we will use this to blend out those other shades and then kind of add it to the center of the crease as well. And I don't think I said, this is a small blending brush from BH Cosmetics. That color did exactly what I wanted it to do. Now I want to deepen up the outer portion of my eyes just a little bit more. And I want to go into Cosmic Dreamer. This is the 2.0. And I think I'm gonna use Eclectic, which is a nice, deep, earthy green shade. Oh, that blended so beautifully. Okay, next I'm gonna dip into Flutter, also by Ensley Rain, and we're gonna reach into this neon-y green shade, Petal Pop, and I think that this is more what I wanted out here instead of Inner Glow. So we're just gonna add this out here to help blend out the yellowier side of the greens. Just so you know, that was just one good dip into the pan, and it did both eyes, blended everything so well, added more of that like yellow green punchiness back to the look. I just get along really well with Ensley Rain formulas. I want to dip into Chaos, which is this beautiful grassy green metallic shade. And I want to use this on the outer portion of my eyes. I'm going to use this out here. And again, one finger in the pan. That's all she wrote, folks. For the inner portion, I'm gonna go back into Glow, and on this little spot in Manifest, we have this gorgeous, gorgeous blue shimmer. One of the 3 shades in here. I mean, they're all pretty, obviously. And I want to add this. I can't with that shade. I can't. I mean, do you see? I haven't added any glitter glue or sprayed my brush or anything. Just having fun. Now for the center of my eye, it would be kind of fun to just do like the white matte, but that's not what I want to do. I want to use this Moon Dust. This is the shade Midori. It's from one of their collections. So I have not used this shade yet, so let's see. I feel like this is gonna be the perfect shade to like bridge the two sides of the eye look. I have picked that up on this Blend Bunny brush. The brush is stiff, like it's drying down, and I did not realize that. Coated the brush. I'm gonna spray it with my Water Aloe Witch Hazel mix. Okay, I love that shade really took on the soft green right in between the grassy green and the bluey green. That's so pretty. I'm gonna go do some finishing touches on my eyes. I will let you know what I did to finish off the lower lash line, and I'll be right back. Okay, here we are with the eyes finished. I'm wearing my Buxom mascara on top and bottom lashes. On my waterline, I have Clinique Cream Gel Liner in the shade Wild Idea, multi-chrome liner if I didn't say that. The lashes I'm wearing are Kiss Look So Natural. This, they say, is the Delicate Volume. I think that's the style. And I'm using the Kiss Lash Glue Liner as my lash glue. I do feel like they look a little off. Like I feel like this side looks really good and this side's just a little bit off, but we are going to look past that because they're fun and they're flirty and they're dramatic and we're having fun today. I did use more of the Moon Dust in Midori to add all this sparkle and color that you see on the lower lash line. Loving that. Okay, we need to add a powder blush and some lips. Powder blush, I want to go in with Kosas in the shade Blissed. This is such a beautiful blush shade. One that I would not have picked up if it were not in the little set, but I feel like it brings so much life to my cheeks. It's beautiful. On the lips, I want to use my Give Me Glow lip liner in Pink Sprinkled Donut. And I love this shade in particular for like a nude pink shade on me, because I don't really care for like a true nude shade on me, but like a nude shade with a little bit of pink, very pretty. I like that. I am gonna add just a little bit more lip liner. This is Wet n Wild Never Petal Down. I'm gonna add just a little bit of this to the lips as well. I do like that lip combo. I think that looks really nice together. Now let's top it with, let's do this, Sydney Grace lip topper in the shade Alice. I know my friend Jana, the eyeshadow enthusiast, just got her hands on it, either her first Sydney Grace lip topper or just like this kind of neutral shade, and she's been loving it. I feel like these are underrated. They are a stunning lip gloss, and they've kind of converted me into a lip gloss girl. I have not been a lip gloss girl, but I love these. They're such a glossy finish. They're a little bit sticky, but they're moisturizing and they stick around. I love the lip toppers and the lip cream formulas from Sydney Grace. The lip toppers are sheer, the lip creams are like a pigmented gloss, and they're both beautiful, but into the more sheer gloss formula phase of my life, I guess, the lip toppers really can't do wrong. Can't do wrong with these. Okay, our final makeup step, because everything from my point of view is looking perfect, is looking spectacular. One way I want to take it up a notch, I want to add a Moon Dust as a highlighter. If you're not new to my channel, this is not new. I've been doing this pretty regularly lately, but I love these. I love these and I'm having so much fun. I have a little pile over here of the ones that I'm like working through and playing with. I'm having so much fun playing with them. So this one is from the Glow collection. I purchased this myself. This is the shade Iconic, spelled E-Y-E, Conic. This new setting for focus is interesting. But okay, so I'm only gonna get just a little bit because it only takes a little bit. Just spreading it out in the pan ever so slightly so you can see that cool like green blue flip to it. I see green sparkles, blue sparkles. I think there's some purple in there, kind of white. This one is lighter than the Midori that we used on the eyes, and I wanted that so that it's on the cheeks. I didn't want so much pigmentation. I just want the sparkle to come through. I'm gonna pick this up. This is a Cleona fluffy brush. I'm picking up pretty much everything that was there in the lid with stamping motions. There's some purple sparkles in there. Okay, let's add this to the cheeks. Nothing. Highlight. It's so fun. I really like taking the time and making sure I'm buffing especially when I'm wearing these on the cheeks. I really like buffing them into the skin. It really just like melts them into the skin, makes them one with your skin, and makes the sparkles sparkle, and it just does the thing. Okay, you guys, here is the finished look. Just having fun with our makeup, playing with a few different tones of green, playing with these moon dusts, playing with glowy primer with more matte foundation. I love the way that this look came together. If I could get away with not only having the time to do this makeup application every day, but with like wearing this kind of makeup application every day, I would love it. I would have so much fun with it. But I generally am not able to do this much drama on a day-to-day, which is fine. It just means that I really appreciate it and really get to enjoy when I do get the opportunities to play with my makeup. I hope that whether you've been playing with your makeup today, whether you've been looking at new products, just playing with the things that you already love, maybe you spent a whole bunch of money with the holiday sales, maybe you spent none at all, wherever you're at, I hope that you are loving your makeup collection, that you are having so much fun with it. Whether you like bold, colorful looks like we're doing today, maybe you're into the neutral glam. Honestly, on a day-to-day lately, I've been very like simple. Like maybe a light skin tint or a little concealer and some mascara and a blush. Like I've been very simple lately. So taking the time and reminding myself that it's fun to play with makeup and play with color is just refreshing. Please also let me know in the comments what you think, if you have opinions on the new filming situation, the cinematic mode, getting the zoom correctly. I think like the focus to switch when I'm trying to show you a makeup product is a little bit more delayed than I'm used to, but it's okay. We can work through it. If the quality of the video is that much better, then it's worth it. I can spare an extra 2 seconds to hold the product up to show you. Love to hear your thoughts. Love to hear what makeup you're loving lately. Love to hear what you'd like to see from me next if you have any thoughts or opinions. Please forgive the fact that we've got some mowing going on outside for the last several minutes, but it doesn't matter because makeup is makeup and we can ignore background noises if we're just having fun with our makeup. So thank you so much for joining me for today's video. If you are new to my channel, I'd love it if you'd consider becoming a subscriber. If you liked today's video, please like it, and I certainly hope that I get to see you in the next video. Thanks again.